Hello, friends. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Holly, and today is video 5 of my trauma work series, One Pose, One Breath. All about trauma, dealing with trauma triggers, emotional upheaval or overwhelm, and yeah, honestly, you don't have to have gone through trauma to enjoy or benefit from these practices, although they are meant for and written for those who have gone through trauma. So this is a practice for everybody. Just so you know, it's not like you had to go through something crazy in order to do this practice. But if you did go through something crazy, this practice might be for you. Today, I'm going to talk just a little bit, and when I say a little bit, probably a lot bit, about somatic dissociation and emotional numbing. Soma means body. Dissociation is what happens when we basically separate ourselves from ourselves. Speaking of trauma and those who have gone through trauma, whether it's abuse, neglect, assault, all of any of the things, any of the atrocities that can be done to you can cause dissociation later in life as a coping mechanism. It's something your brain automatically does to protect you from any maybe pending trauma, or if you have a flashback that if you have a flashback or a memory of your trauma, it could trigger dissociation as a means of emotional protection, because you may not be ready to actually deal with that emotional trauma. There's nothing wrong with any of these things. They are completely normal, real, rational. It can happen to anybody. It can happen to you even if you haven't been through trauma. And there are ways to deal with or cope with these triggers as they come up. And that's what these videos are intended for, is to help you in that moment of trigger to recognize that you are triggered. Usually it comes up as a body sensation first, because your body remembers everything, followed by an emotional response, and then that can then trigger other things. It can trigger body pain or amnesia, memory loss, confusion, all that kind of stuff. So somatic dissociation is then the feeling or moment of detachment from oneself. So physical detachment. You don't recognize yourself. You don't recognize your body. You might, it again may cause amnesia, memory loss, confusion from memories. You may have lost some time It's also a detachment from yourself and the world around you. The best example that I know of dissociation that everybody can relate to, whether you've been through trauma or not, is say you're at work, all of a sudden you would rather think about something else and you zone out. Before you know it, it's been 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, and you snap back to reality and you're like, oh, whoa, where did I go? That's your brain doing a very natural thing, just shutting off, allowing your body to exist in that moment, kind of in a weird stasis. And yeah, there's ways to help maybe lessen that, or if you recognize that it's happening, there are ways to um, bring yourself out of it. So then I also want to talk about emotional numbing, what that is, and how we can cope with that. So emotional numbing is something that happens when there's a trigger or whatever that causes a lack of emotion. This may actually just be the state that you are in because of trauma or because of something else significant that happened. Lack of emotion, and it's a coping mechanism to block unwanted threats or again, if you know something is going to happen, it's a way for you to shut off how you feel about things and you just let what happen. It's a scary thing. It can be scary. And if you've gone through it, if you know what this means, you probably are like, yep, been there, done that. Not fun, not great. Yeah, it's not. It's not fun. I personally haven't experienced a lot of somatic dissociation. I have experienced emotional numbing. It's something we all kind of do, but as it relates to trauma, this is a state of being to help us cope with um, impending trauma, or maybe just the memory of trauma. We learn to um, numb ourselves to emotions. Normal, real, valid, all of the things. So, our inquiry today is the feeling of somatic dissociation and emotional numbing. The goal, of course, is to become aware of the body again through touch. So, literally touching your own body, recognizing this is my body, and breath. So, an internal source of movement through just natural breath. Our one pose is seated. You may also stand if you are feeling up to it. You can sit in a chair, maybe lie on the couch. You can lay in bed, maybe lay on the floor. It's up to you, wherever you want to practice today. And you know, if you watch this video now, it doesn't mean that you have to do the practice now. You can always just watch it now and just take the information with you for later, because I'm gonna guess more times than not, you're not feeling a trigger, going onto YouTube and saying, how can I stop feeling like this? And then search through videos to then help you not feel like this. I doubt that's happening. You may have just stumbled upon this video and you're like, huh, I've experienced that. Well, give it a watch, because you can take this information with you. In the times that you do have these moments, you do have these emotional triggers, you can then go, oh yeah, I saw that video. I'm going to do this right now. So take it with you. Take this information. It's all yours. It's yours for free. Silly. So yeah, if you're ready to practice, or if you're ready to just watch, here we go. We're going to be here in a seated posture, or wherever you would like to be, whatever position you would like to be in, standing, lying down, sitting. You can hang upside down for what it's worth. If that's a comfortable place that you want to be, go for it. But the idea is to be somewhere comfortable, somewhere safe, and somewhere that you know that you're going to continue to be safe or comfortable. In a traumatized body, safety is number one, because a traumatized body became traumatized because it was once unsafe and not in a good place. So find yourself a good place. Hopefully you're in a good place. And yeah, so here we are seated, or wherever you are. And just take a moment to notice your surroundings. Maybe the texture of the floor. I have a blue carpet. Maybe you want to take your hand and place it on the floor. Feel the texture. Notice the temperature. Watch your hand. Feel the floor. Notice how it feels on the skin, on the palm of your hand. Perhaps you could say, "This is my hand. This is the floor. I feel the floor on my hand." Pressing the hand into the floor, releasing, maybe taking the other hand, pressing it into the floor, and letting it go. Maybe rocking side to side, feeling your hand press on the floor. Feel your weight shift left and right. This is my hand. These are my fingers. Maybe pick your hands up and look at your palms. This is my skin. Maybe wiggle the fingers. These are my wiggling fingers. Notice how your clothing feels, if you're wearing clothing. Notice how it rests on your body. Maybe it's comfortable. Maybe it's not comfortable. Maybe you notice your waistline is digging into your belly. That's valid. Mine does it all the time. I'm constantly adjusting because my belly and waistline don't really match up. So, again, normal, valid, real, very real. Maybe taking the palms together and just noticing that you can create warmth if you rub them together. Maybe going in circles. These are my hands going in circles. Now, if you're feeling pretty confident that you have a body and you have boundaries to your body and you're ready to move on to the next little step, maybe place a hand on your belly and breathe. Notice your breath. Watch your breath. If you would like to maybe take the other hand and place it on the heart. This is my heart. This is my hand on my heart and on my belly. And watch your breath. Maybe you notice that when you breathe, Your hands lift. Using I statements or possessive pronouns like my can help you reestablish a connection with yourself. These are my hands. This is my breath. This is my body. I can feel my skin. If you feel comfortable, perhaps you can close your eyes. If you would like to not close your eyes, that's an option too. You don't have to close your eyes. Closing the eyes can allow you to feel the internal process of breath. It can also help you feel where your hands are resting on your body. Giving yourself options. Like maybe you want to put a hand on your face. This is my cheek. This is my jaw. Maybe bring both hands to the face. And if you had your eyes open, or if you had your eyes closed, go ahead and open your eyes. If you didn't have them closed, then let's just take a moment to rediscover our surroundings and where we fit in the space that surrounds us. We're not very big. We're pretty small in relation to most things. I'm pretty contained in this little spot. The space around me is larger than I am. Going back to the texture of the floor and the temperature, maybe the temperature of the air. Maybe noticing traffic as it endlessly goes by your house. This is my house. Taking a nice big breath in and letting it go. And that's our practice. Simple. So even if you didn't practice with me today, again, take this with you. If at any time you become confused or detached from your physical body, give yourself permission to return to the body. Your body is yours and nobody else's. Your body is sacred and nobody else's. You are allowed to have and own your body. Thank you so much for joining me today. This actually made me feel a lot more connected to myself. I can feel tears, happy tears, because this practice has helped me remember that I'm here. Here I am. This is my body. And nobody else's. Take it with you. I hope you enjoyed this practice. I hope you practice it often. I hope you found it beneficial. Let me know in the comments how this made you feel. Or if you have any questions or concerns, let me know. There are 4 other videos of this trauma work, 1 pose, 1 breath, all dealing with different emotional triggers, all dealing with trauma. And you can take those with you too. Please do. They're all for you. They're all for you. And if you like, hit that little bell and subscribe button. Save me for later. And tell your friends. I would love for them to see this too. So have a good day, weekend, night, evening, morning, wherever you are in your life right now. And I hope you enjoy this and other videos on my channel. I'll see you later. Peace out.